Hey, what's up guys? In this video we're going to talk about optional chaining in JavaScript. So optional chaining allows us to access properties and method of an object without worrying about whether the object or its nested properties are null or undefined. So we can safely access the properties and methods with this optional chaining without causing any errors. So let's see how we can do that. So suppose we have one person object with the name and the age property, and also we have one nested object address with the email and phone number, and also we have this getName function which returns the name of the person. So here is the person object with the properties with the nested object, and also we have one method. Now we can access the properties of that person, so we can write person dot name to access the name, and also we can access the nested properties, so we can write person dot address dot email. So this way we can access the nested properties, but there can be some situations when the value can be null or undefined, so in that case it will throw error. So suppose instead of address we have written contact, so in that case, because that does not exist, so it will throw this error. Now to avoid this error and to safely access those properties, we can use optional chaining, which is just basically one question mark and dot operator. So now you can see the error is gone and we are getting undefined. So because the value of person.contact does not exist in the object, so it will not go further to access the email. Instead, so it will return the value undefined, and this way we can safely access that and it will not throw any kind of errors. So suppose we do not want the undefined to be returned from this expression, so instead what we can do, we can use the Nullish coalescing operator, which is basically just two question marks, and after that we can have our default value. So if the first expression is undefined or null, then the Nullish coalescing operator will return the second expression. So in this case, that's why we are getting the default mail as output. So this way, whenever the first expression can be null or undefined, in that case we can use this Nullish coalescing operator and we can return some default values. And also we can use this optional chaining in case of function calling also. Suppose we are calling the function person.getName, and you can see we have this output. But there can be situations we are calling some other function which does not exist. Like in example, we are calling the getAge, so this function does not exist here, so we are getting this error message. Now to safely access that, to prevent any kind of errors in the code, we can use optional chaining. So instead of directly calling this function, we can use optional chaining. So whenever the function does not exist, that means if the expression returns null or undefined, in that case the optional chaining will not call the function, so it will just simply return undefined. So this way we can prevent errors in the code and we can safely call functions in the program. And also we can get rid of this undefined also, so whenever that returns undefined, so we can use the Nullish coalescing operator and we can return some default age. So whenever that function does not exist, in that case we are gonna return the default age, which is 18. So this is the way we can use optional chaining in our program, and we can avoid runtime errors when dealing with undefined or null values. So hope you understand the concept. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.